We shall not surrender. We will fight. We will not give an inch. We will run. We will walk. We will crawl if we have to, but we will complete our obese to beast journey. Keep on fighting, my good people. Hey everybody, welcome to my channel where I'm gonna take you through my journey from obese to beast. And in these 2 weeks, we're gonna be, or this video is gonna be about the first 2 weeks plus of working out. I'm gonna give you a little bit of information on the workouts I did, the equipment I was using at that time when I started walking, running, because I couldn't run from the beginning. Also details of those runs, which really gives you a better detail of what kind of physical fitness state I was in. And also the challenge app I was talking about that greatly helped me to start motivating myself to go further. And at the end, I'll just give you a little bit of information on how much weight I lost and the progress I had made. Again, reminder: this is all for entertainment, no advice or anything like that. All right, so this first slide, it's going to show just the last 3 days of that week. That's why I included on the other 2 weeks. But I did, other than that little walk, indoor walk, I'm not sure why I did that, but anyway, and I have those 3 indoor cycling days. So equipment I had at that point, I had a probably 10-year-old bike I got through Walmart. It was from Walmart. It was horrible. I felt like it's one of those that the handles are moving instead of giving you stability. They move, and I felt like I was gonna, if I hold on to those handles, I was gonna fly off that bike. So it wasn't good. It was not good, but I was looking and finding out at that point what I wanted to do, if I really wanted to continue, go 100% into that obese to beast journey and try to lose as much weight as possible. At that point, I was thinking mostly, let's just start working out and doing things so I feel better. So I started those 2 on the 27th, and then on the 31st, they were half hour workouts. I was just on every morning I was thinking, first thing you should do in the morning, just get up and put on your shoes and get on the bike and start working out. Don't get into anything else, otherwise you're gonna get stuck playing your games in front of the computer, watching YouTube videos, or whatever else, maybe Netflix and things like that. And by the time you remember, it's time to go to work. Also, it was the beginning of my, or kind of the beginning of my new schedule at that point, work schedule. It changes every 6 months, and I started working at 11:30 instead of 7 a.m. So this right here, it shows those 2 half-hour workouts, and then in indoor, the one that I was able to burn 473 calories. That one was a 45-minute workout or something like that. So my bike was falling apart at that point. It was making a horrible noise, and it was not enjoyable to work out on that particular bike. But that's all I had, so I went with it. Then on slide 2 now that continues here, you'll see that there are a few more indoor workouts. I started pushing myself a little bit more, doing an hour. Here's the thing though, I was so out of shape, I was afraid to do more, because in the past when I was doing the challenges on that challenge app with my coworkers, there's a maximum amount of points you get, and for you to get the maximum for that day, you have to burn X amount of calories. You have to have 90 minutes of workouts that day, and also stand up for 1 minute at least for 14 hours of the day. So everything else was easy except for that 90 minutes. The days I was able to do that. Then it was 2-3 days that I couldn't do anything because I was too sore. Sorry about the dog noise. So I started doing 45 minutes. I'm more like, you know what, just get on it, get with it. Try to and try to just experience getting up in the morning, doing this the first thing in the morning, and see how it goes from here. So there were days where I was um, I was only walking. I mean, only doing 30 minutes. There were days where I was doing an hour. And on the first, I do my first walk. I will come back to this and I'll show you how my body was responding to that particular walk. Let's see. And now on slide number 3, I do I do more indoor biking, but I also do my second um, outdoor walking. Again, I'll come back into the details of the pace, the heart rate, and all that because I want to show you that the stuff. However, you can see that my burning or for those workouts it went up. I really felt good about working out. I felt a positive vibe on that on those days that I was working out, and I was able to do more. Those days that I had 139 calories that I burned, those were days that I was putting more time into it. I actually on that one, the 839 that I can see here on my cell phone, it was an hour and 44 minutes. So I was really trying to again one speed, full speed ahead. That's all I know. In that one, I was starting to push my capabilities. The bike was horrible. The seat was horrible. It was a lot of pain on the tush. So it was not a good experience. But I stayed through it. I pushed myself through it. And then on the day that I burned 664 calories, on the seventh, same thing, and I went 36. I believe at that point I was already doing the challenge. That's why I'm trying to do at least an hour and 30 minutes, fighting my way through it, finding a way to complete this. On this slide from 9/8 to 9/11, I did more biking. I started incorporating some outdoor running for the first time. And so on the 8th, an hour and a half, which felt pretty good. On the 9th, I had to mix it with some walking and some cycling because I just, it was hurting my tush from that had no pad in that bike. The seat, fortunately, was horrible, but I did an hour biking, an hour, 30 minutes of walking. Then the next day, I just decided, the next 2 days, I decided I had to take a break from that bike, saving my legs, saving my tush. And I definitely went for my first attempts to run, which was mostly walking. I would say probably anywhere from about 60% walking, around that. So, but it started feeling better. I really started enjoying going out there. So September the 1st, I go for my first walk, trying to just get a feeling for nature out there, getting my running, working out juices going, and see, just get a feel for the great outdoors. I went 33 minutes, 1.64 miles, 228 calories. Really slow pace, no expectations. I just want to be out there and having fun. All right, so on the 9th, I go out for another walk. And it went a little bit longer, only 33 minutes, burned 247 calories. Again, I'm just getting my feet wet and I'm just trying to get into the mood of working out, running, and being out there. All right, so September the 10th, I go for my first run, attempt to run, but mostly running, walking. From what I can remember, I was probably doing more like 50-50, probably even 60 walking, 40 running. It was a 1 hour long run. At this point, I'm trying to alternate between the bike and running because it's I'm starting to feel it on my legs. I'm starting to feel some fatigue, and so I'm trying to avoid any type of injuries there. So 1 hour, 3.81 miles. Wow, that was I was pretty slow, but I burned 496 calories, so that was good. My heart rate went up 135, of course, because it's I did try to run more, so it was pretty good. I felt good. At that point, when I was running, my biggest issue was the starting the run. It really hurt on my chin and calf. It was painful for the first a mile and a half to 2 miles. So I had to do a lot of stretching and still easy starts. So run one post, then the next from the next light post I would walk it. So it was a rough start. I really what I was reading and hearing from other runners, the first month and a half of running is the hardest, and I can attest to that. Then on the 11th, I go out for another run. Did even worse. The pace on the other one was 15 plus, but this one, look at this pace. But then again, I was sore, so I had to reel it down again. I had to walk a little bit more, but my heart rate still at 140, 105 for 3.85 miles, 539 calories. That was pretty good. I really make a dent into my weight there. And then here are some splits on that run on the 11th. First mile, of course, I was fresher, so it was 15 minutes. Second mile, for some reason, it's most of the time it's always been my slowest mile. So which is cool. It didn't matter. It wasn't about the time. It was about trying to get fitter, and lose some weight. Mile number 3, 15:37, and look at that heart rate. Every time I just try to run, it just spiked and running out of breath at that point. Lungs are burning, and I had to bring it down again. So I don't see biking as much of as something that I wanted give you too much details on, because I couldn't measure my my fitness that way, or I don't think I could. However, I can tell you though that at the beginning I couldn't pedal standing up, and I did improve over time, so that felt pretty good too. So those are the details. So here are the challenge app screenshots, the results of the challenge app challenge, and I'll just go quickly over it. It shows the competition and points, how many points we did, and of course nobody wants to be at the bottom, and this kept on pushing us to work out more, to put in more minutes, to maximize how many minutes we're doing per day. So it was pretty cool. It really helped us, along with the group chat. We kept on encouraging each other to go further. So the results for that particular period, I went from 230 to 220. That's a 10-pound loss, which I expected that big of a hit, because I just had started working out. Part of it is that is probably going to be water that I lost through my workouts. So been there, done that. I have to keep my my expectations in check there. My walking pace, it's 20, went from 20, or range between 20 and 15 minutes. Definitely improved my mobility, and definitely, well, I can't say that I definitely felt better, but because it was just 2 weeks, but definitely on my way over to a better life. So keep an eye on my next videos.